שלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני העם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha
The people of Israel, through rivers of fears and tears, endured for lifetimes when the future was still unclear. And against all odds, we're still here. we'll send out a message. Our work is still undone. Shine the light of hope on everyone. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Oranu Chai. Oranu Chai. Oranu Chai. Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Oranu Chai. Oranu Chai. Oranu Chai. Oranu Chai.
And we're just gonna start. Page 10. You need a prayer book? Here. Thanks. We can share. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is to be together, together as one in love, joy, and laughter. How good it is to be in this moment together. Kulanu beyachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Try that with me. Hine matov. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is to be together, together as one with love, joy, and laughter. How good it is to be in this moment together. Kulanu beyachad.
Shabbat Shalom, friends. It's so good to see you all on this Friday night, which I believe, I would imagine is typically a low attended service, the Friday night of Thanksgiving. And so the fact that all of you have chosen to spend your Shabbat evening with us, I think we're figuring out some microphone situation here. But the fact that you have chosen to spend your Shabbat evening with us is really special to us, because we only have a good experience when there are people celebrating Shabbat with us. That is why we need a minyan. We are going to kind of bring in the light of Shabbat together, just soak up all the holiness that is this moment in time as we enter into Shabbat by getting ready to light our Shabbat candles. And to our bima, I'd like to invite Lita and Elias, who are going to light our Shabbat candles and bring in that warmth of Shabbat.
Oh, Lita and Alyssa.
I guess Lita and Alyssa.
She's recruited a younger person. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Thank you, Lita and Alyssa.
I have to give you back to your moment.
We're going to turn now to page 24 for Shalom Alechem, continuing to bring ourselves into this spirit of Shabbat, welcoming the Shabbat angels and celebrating this time. Page 24.
Shalom Alechem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seidchem leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch.
We're going to take time now for Hazarat HaShavua, which is the time in our service where we just kind of reflect on the week that has come and look ahead to the week that is about to be. And obviously, because of where we are in the American calendar tonight, I'm going to invite us to think a little bit about gratitude as we just celebrated Thanksgiving. And I think it's kind of funny that in the American calendar, we have one day where we're supposed to put all of our thoughts about gratitude onto this single 24-hour day. Because really in Judaism, we have so much to say about gratitude. We start all of our mornings, we're supposed to say Moda Ani, like, hello, I am thankful to be alive. God returned my soul to me. God returned my body in working order when I woke up. We have all of our Nasim B'chol Yom, our daily miracle blessings. We have Hallelujah, Psalm 150, and it just goes on and on and on. Modim anachnu lach, right? It just goes on. So I'm going to invite us not just to have thought about Thanksgiving yesterday, which was the actual holiday of Thanksgiving, but to use this Hazarat HaShavua moment to remind ourselves that Thanksgiving is not something that happens on any single day, but as Jews, it's something that happens continuously throughout every single day. And so as we reflect, we're going to take a few minutes of just silence. I invite you to think about what's one thing that you are thankful for right now, and how can you really just kind of lean into that and focus on that rather than thinking about all the things that might be lacking in your life.
Test 1, 2, 3. That's weird. Hello? I give up. I'm not meant to be amplified. You can. It's the people online that can't. when the sound goes down.
I think you and I are going to have to share a mic.
No, I think I did something. All right.
We're going to turn to page 20 and welcome our Shabbat bride with Lechato D. When we get to the last verse, I'll raise my hands like this, and that's your cue to stand up and welcome in the Sabbath bride by facing the entrance of our chapel.
Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamua v'zachor b'dibur echad, hishmi'anu el hamiuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'litila. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Verse 5. Hitoreri, kiva orech kumi uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. We rise and we welcome the Shabbat bride as we face the entrance. Verse 9. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha u'sohola. lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela.
We'll turn now to page 28 for Baruch Hu, our call to worship, and just stay standing right where you are.
Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, 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 lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, lai 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 lai. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
You may all be seated. We're now going to sing Shema, our prayer of oneness, our prayer of Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. When I lead this for our ECC students, I always start with shh. I lead them in making this sound, shh, and then and then ah. But really I want to focus on the shh sound, which is something we think of that sound as being shh, like shush, be quiet. But as we sing Shema, let us use that sound, that start of the Shema prayer, to really think about shh. Let us be quiet so that we can actually listen to the world that's around us. We spend so much time running around and rushing around, especially at this holiday time, right? It's so much to do, so much to cook, so many people to see, so much whatever it is to finish before the end of the year, that these Shabbats of this time of year can be a really big respite for us to just sink into it and do that. Shh, let me just be here. Let me just listen to the world that is around me, not the hustle and bustle of it, but the quiet moments. So I invite you to think through that quietness as we sing Shema together. Page 34.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
We'll turn now to page 40 for Micha Mocha, our freedom song. This moment where we celebrate crossing the Red Sea and finally reaching this freedom that we never thought might be possible for the people Israel, that might be possible for us. And so it's a moment to really appreciate all of the freedoms we have in our lives, the freedom to be Jewish, to be here celebrating Shabbat together, the freedom to sing loudly and proudly and believe what we want to believe and be who we really want to be. So We'll celebrate that with Micha Mocha, page 40.
Miracle of a fixed. I can't.
Nope.
It is working. It's just you can't hear it, right? Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai. Micha mocha nedar ba'kodesh norah tehilot. Oh, say Feleh norah tehilot. Oh, say Feleh malchutecha ra'uvanecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam zeh Eli anu ve'yameru Adonai Yimlo Leolam Va'ed Adonai Yimlo Leolam Va'ed. Just Yailai 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 Yailai
We'll take time in our service now to think about those in our lives who are in need of healing of the mind or the body or the soul. We'll get ready to sing Mishaberach now, and we'll start by singing together as one community, and then in the middle I'll share the names from those in our Temple Emmanuel community who could use some of this prayer for healing. And then I'll take time to go around and you can share the names of whoever you might be thinking of now. We're on page 253.
And if you're online, please begin to write in your names. Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen.
Karen Altman, Sam Berkowitz, Ori Berman, Shelley Blumenfeld, Jill Kahn, Eitan Chaim, Woody Clark, Dr. Afsana Danishwar, Miranda and Theodore Dufour, Judy Fenton, Gerald Feinerman, Cantor Jen Frost, Shir Gaon, John Gearhart, Diani Griffin Ruin, Eric Innocenti, Elisheva Chava Bat Zalman Haran Leah Miriam, Sheila Merowitz, David Poole, Jerome Redston, Howard Rosen, Neil Rousseau, Peter Small, Lindy Sobel, Mabube Suleimani, Yehudit Bat Nachama V'Mordechai, Julie Van Hoosen, Helena Wachtel, Mateo Alexander Javier Weinman, Marilyn Weiss, Shala Zagi, and Howard Zellico.
Judy Henning, Judy Fenton, Zoe Greenberg, Jerry Strife, Howard, John Stetz, Terrence Harper, Grace Blaustein. Alan Hill and Karen Alexander.
Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We're going to enter into our Amidah, the central prayer of our service tonight now. We are going to do so on page 46. I'll invite everyone to rise their bodies, and we start by singing Adonai Sefatai Tiftach, open up my lips so that I may pray these words before you, God. And we'll sing that together, and then we'll take time for our own silent prayer. So for the rest of the Amidah, you can use the words following page 46 in your prayer book, or just use the words of your own heart. And whenever you are finished, you may be seated.
Adonai tzvatai tiftach, Adonai tzvatai tiftach, ufi agid tehilatecha, ufi agid tehilatecha.
Every year on the Shabbat of Gratitude, we could call this, very often with Bill at my side, we sing this song, Grateful, by John Bucchino. I knew it in college. It was always so beautiful, and actually Cantor Yona Klieger sang it here for many, many years, and it's just become like our Thanksgiving anthem. So grateful on this Shabbat of Gratitude. I've got a roof over my head. I've got a warm place to sleep. Some nights I lie awake counting gifts instead of counting sheep. I've got a heart that can hold love. I've got a mind that can think. when I remember how I'm blessed. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. In a city of strangers, I've got a family of friends. No matter what rocks and brambles fill the way, I know that they will stay until the end. I feel a hand holding my hand. It's not a hand you can see, but on the road to the promised land, this hand will shepherd me through delight and despair, holding tight and always there. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. Truly blessed and duly grateful.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I hope you all had a really beautiful Thanksgiving, regardless, no matter what you did. There was a meme going around the internet this past week. I don't know if any of you saw it, but people were posting pictures of themselves and their family members going on turkey trots or a run on Thanksgiving morning, and then writing captions like, "I'm sorry to say I was born into a turkey trot family," or "What did I do to deserve being born into a turkey trot family?" The idea being that there are two types of families: those that relax lazily at home on Thanksgiving morning, cooking and drinking and preparing for their later festivities, and those superior families who spend Thanksgiving more productively and spend their mourners exercising, creating a calorie deficit before the onslaught of Thanksgiving foods and drinks to come later in the day. This meme got me thinking, why are we as a society so obsessed with categorizing people as either all good or all bad, and then comparing ourselves to others, debating where we fit along that scale? Can I not be part of a turkey trot family but still feel comfortable about myself and how I chose to spend Thanksgiving morning? This theme relates to this week's Torah portion, Toldot. It teaches that we each have parts of ourselves and our personalities that are less than desirable, yet we all have unique strengths as well. Nobody is all good or all bad. Instead, we're everything all at once. We humans are complex. Toldot follows Isaac and Rebekah and the birth of their twin sons, Jacob and Esau. We read in Genesis 25, God told Rebekah, "There are two nations in your womb. 2 separate peoples shall issue from your body. One people shall be mightier than the other, and the older shall serve the younger. When her time to give birth was at hand, there were twins in her womb. The first one emerged red, like a hairy mantle all over, so that they named him Esau. He had red hair all over his body. Then his brother emerged, holding on to the heel of Esau, so they named him Jacob. When the boys grew up, Esau became a skillful hunter, a man of the outdoors. But Jacob became a mild man, a man who stayed close to the camp. Isaac favored Esau because he had a taste for game, but Rebekah favored Jacob. About these verses, there's a midrash, or a rabbinic parable, that goes like this. At first, Jacob and Esau were like myrtle and a wild rose growing side by side. But when they grew up, the former yielded its characteristic fragrance, and the latter its thorns. So for the first 13 years, both Jacob and Esau went to school, and they came home from school. But at the end of the 13 years, one, Jacob, went to houses of study, and the other, Esau, to shrines of idolatry. Picture a myrtle and a wild rose emerging from the same spot in the garden. This midrash gives the sense that Jacob and Esau, being born from the same parents at the same time, truly began their lives similarly. And during the first 13 years, they grew up with one another, and they kind of formed the same growth path, like two vines of two different plants, right? At age 13, their stems began to diverge. As the two grew more into who they are, they matured and they realized themselves. And so these stems that were once like this began to grow more like that. What if we were to read the story of Jacob and Esau, not literally, but rather as a metaphor for the fact that all people have multiple aspects of their personalities? As we grow older and we grow more mature, we grow in our complexity, like vines sprouting out in different directions and getting different sprouts coming on, little leaves and new branches. A key aspect of Jacob and Esau's relationship is their tension. After Jacob steals Esau's birthright in exchange for some stew when he's famished, and then later steals his father's blessing, Jacob leaves home for fear of Esau's anger and how Esau might retaliate. It takes chapters upon chapters for the two brothers to reunite. Perhaps this teaches us not only that each of us have multiple sides to our personalities, but that each of us specifically has a shadow side, a lesser than ideal side to who we are, and with that, we feel tension. We'd like to be able to ignore the less than favorable parts of who we are, but that's impossible. They're part of us. Sometimes they bubble up in the most inconvenient ways, and sometimes they might actually serve us well. I think the lesson for us in Toldot is to give ourselves and others just a little bit of grace, acknowledging that all people are neither all good or all bad. We are complex. When we try to fight against the wholeness of who we are, we risk losing sight of other important sides of ourselves as well. In the case of Jacob and Esau, we see the simple-minded, physical Esau acting as a foil to Jacob's competitive and clever side. Jacob cannot stand losing to Esau, stopping at nothing to be better than him. In the process, he sacrifices his integrity by manipulating Isaac and his parent and Esau and Rebekah, so everyone, multiple times. Throughout all of this, Esau's nature brings him gains too, such as stew when he's hungry, but he loses important pieces that are owed to him as well. We might fantasize about vanquishing our shortcomings, but the truth is, we can't. We might try tirelessly to overcome the parts of ourselves that we absolutely hate, but they may come back in different ways with vengeance, and we might end up feeling more empty, more depressed, and more isolated from who we truly were. So then what was the point? I have to admit that I was not born into a turkey trot family, but I was lucky enough to be born into a loving, loud, fun family filled with productive members of society in many other ways besides being avid exercisers. If I were to spend Thanksgiving being down on us because we didn't run a turkey trot, I would risk appreciating the beauty of everything that we did do. My hope this Shabbat is that we can all acknowledge the fullness of who we are and who the people we love are. Let us no longer critique or repress the parts of ourselves we'd rather ignore. Of course, I'm not saying we shouldn't strive to be our best selves, but we should acknowledge that none of us are perfect. We can't be all good things all at once. Let us lean into our strengths and accept the things about ourselves and others that we cannot change. True redemption comes not in being perfect, but in being perfect versions of ourselves. Shabbat Shalom. We are going to begin to conclude our service by turning toward Aleinu, which is on page 282. And I will invite everyone to please rise. We're going to do the version at the top right of page 282.
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula leotzer breshit, shehu noteh shamayim veyoser haaretz, umoshav yikaro bashamayim mima'al, ushchinatu zo begobhe meromim, hu Eloheinu einod, v'anachnu korim, umishachavim umodim, lifnei melech malachei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. 287, v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad.
You may all be seated. As we get ready to close our service, that means we get ready to say Mourner's Kaddish, and we take time to think about those in our lives who are no longer with us physically, but we are remembering them this Shabbat. So I'll invite you now, if you are here in the first week of mourning, I'll invite you to rise and share the name of who you are remembering. Or if you're here observing Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning, I'll invite you to rise and share the name of who you are remembering. Tonight, our Temple Emanuel community is observing Shloshim for Sandra Ann Kite, Arnold Joseph Leviton, and Rose B. Kaplan. If you are here in the first year of mourning, I'll invite you to rise now and share the name of who you are remembering. And finally, if you are here observing a yard site, that is the anniversary of a loved one's death, I'll invite you to rise now and share the name of who you are remembering.
My father, Marshall, and my sister.
Tonight, our Temple Emanuel community is observing the yard sites of Marshall Albert Appel, Robin Lynn Appel, Aaron J. Friedman, Max Friedman, and Anna Goldstein.
And everyone on this list here. Oh, and sorry, from online, Lily Boxer, Ed Golub, Alan R. Cohen,
And we say Mourners Kaddish together, which is found on page 294. And I'll invite everyone to rise. We rise as a community because there are so many who have nobody to say Kaddish for them. We think of all of those who have died in violence, gun violence, war, all of those who have died in recent disease. And we say Kaddish together. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah. Be'alma divrach rute v'amlich malchute. B'chayachon u'v'yamechon u'v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael. Bagalar v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnatseh. V'yithadar v'yithalev v'yithalal shmei dekudesha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nehemata, damiram be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all of Israel, and to our world. And together we say, Amen.
You may be seated. We have a couple of announcements. Next week, we have a special time for Shabbat Unplugged, 7:15 p.m., as we'll be holding a special dinner for new members before that. So come at 7:15, unless you're a new member. Unless you want to become a member, then you can talk to our executive director, Sarah Heiner, in the back. I'm sure we can make room if you join today. But yeah, 7:15. If you haven't been, it's in our main sanctuary. It's in the round. It's been going on for close to 30 years now, and it's mostly a lot of original music and music that's the heart of this community by Rabbi Jonathan Aaron, and we hope you'll come. So we'll see you at 7:15 next Saturday. In addition, the following week, let's see, Alyssa, who's that on the screen? Oh, she wasn't looking.
I don't know if she knows.
Yeah. No? Oh, okay, well, all right. Well, you're missing out on some fun. If you have friends and family and little ones, it's Jason Meshes. And actually, Rabbi Albin and I will both be at that service on our pavilion, and we're really excited to have him. Do you have something to say about him?
He's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If you've ever wanted to come to a children's Shabbat disco rave, this is your opportunity. He's a lot of fun. Brings all the energy. December 14th, all of our little children and families, or little children and families at heart, please join us for that.
Okay, now the next thing I want you to write down. So we are going to kick off our Hanukkah season because Hanukkah is so late this year. We wanted to make sure to catch everybody before you go away for the holidays so that if you're not here for Hanukkah, we've at least had one kick to the holidays. So, Rabbi Albin.
So please join us for Hanukkah in the Hills Community Craft Fair and Boutique. So the concept for this started as turning a traditional Hanukkah boutique with vendors selling jewelry and Judaica and all that lovely stuff on its head by actually taking time during this craft fair to make our own crafts, which are going to be beautiful gifts, which we can then gift to our loved ones during the Hanukkah holiday.
And these are not just your, what was it called? Popsicle stick menorahs.
No, we are doing handmade canvas paintings, display dreidels and stands, beautiful Judaica of all sorts. Plus, we are going to have for our young families, we're going to have some fun, more crafty style projects too for them to do. So it's 11:30 to 2:30 p.m. on December 8th. That's a Sunday. You can purchase a ticket for lunch as well. And we also are going to have some Hanukkah boutique traditional vendors. So you can come to your shopping, come to your crafting, and then eventually you will have set yourself up to then do your gifting. So please join us for that.
Yeah, it's going to be, I'm really excited to also take the artistic time to just breathe and do something that uses a different side of my head, for sure. With lots of Hanukkah stuff, but
So then also, if you consider yourself a young professional, join us on December 19th. It's a Thursday evening at 7 p.m., where we will be doing a Hanukkah-themed paint and sip led by your very own Rabbi Lior Albin. I love to paint, and so...
What are we going to paint? Canvases? Or like...
Maybe we're leaning... I have to
Okay.
choose it, but maybe a menorah landscape. So join us for that. There will be things to sip, paintings to paint, and please join us.
Awesome. There'll be a lot of other stuff, but we don't have a slide for this, but Christmas Eve... No. Yes. Christmas Eve, not Christmas Day night, which is the first night of Hanukkah. So actually, we could just call this Hanukkah Eve.
Yeah. Great.
Erev Hanukkah, which happens to be Erev Christmas.
But Erev Hanukkah would be Christmas Day.
Erev debut.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, on December 24th at, I think, 7 p.m., we have our annual Latkes and Lomain concert. This, in some years, is all Hanukkah music. This year, we are actually, it's our album debut of our next album. It has been 4 years since we put out Open Up Your Heart, and it is streaming on all platforms. And this new album's called Generations, and essentially it's been 4 years of mostly Rabbi Aaron writing music, one song by me on this album. And we're really excited to have our band and to just really enjoy the night together. So it's Tuesday night, December 24th. I'm not looking over there, but Latkes and Lomain. I want to say thank you to Bill Schmidt on piano. Thank you to Sarah Heiner, our executive director, running everything back there. Thank you to Juan and to Joaquin, who's security, and Joaquin for maintenance, for coming in after this holiday and just being here for us. And thank you to everyone who came tonight. So, I don't know why. I think I was feeling nostalgic. I wanted to close with Adon Olam, but not just Adon Olam, but the Gerovich Adon Olam, which I'm sure that means nothing to you right now, but it will when you hear this nostalgic Adon Olam. It's on page 321. The good news is it's the old school style where it's the same melody 4 times in a row. So page 321, and then you can join us for some Kiddush and Motzi, or just, I don't know, just Motzi, just challah in the back. Okay. Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yetzi. So you all know it, right? Leit nasa b'chefso kol azai melech shemo nikra ve'acharei yichlot hakol levado yimloch nora ve'hu haya ve'hu hoveh ve'hu yeh ve'hifara ve'hu echad ve'ein sheni lehamil shil lohachbira beli reshit beli tachlit velo haot velo hamera beyado afkid ruchi be'eti shan ve'aira ve'im ruchi yeviati Adonai li velo ira. Someone go reveal the challah, Alyssa? Yeah? All right. All right. You can actually bring it to the middle, Alyssa. Show it, and then is it on a platter? All right, Alyssa. Is it? Oh, very good. Right in the center of the room, like the good old days. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. Shabbat Shalom. We'll be here at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning for Minyan.